Wake Up News, Milwaukee's most trusted morning news show.
Lady is yelling and screaming and she slapped a customer in the face.
Coming up at 6:30, video of a woman's arrest going viral on social media. Why police say there is more to the story than what's being shared.
Plus, more witnesses set to take the stand in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. The testimonies shedding light on what happened that fatal night last summer.
Coldest morning of the fall, but we start turning around after this.
Wake Up at 6:30 starts now.
With stories that matter to you, this is Fox 6 Wake Up News.
All right, sounds like the opening line of a bad book or something. It was the coldest morning of the fall. And yes, it is the coldest morning so far anyway. We're in the upper 20s and low 30s across the area. The breeze out of the northwest is going to keep that cold air coming today. We should get a lot of sunshine like the last couple of days with a few cloudy periods, and then the wind shifts and things start to warm up. But not today. Get ready for another sunny but very chilly morning commute, mostly in the 20s, and highs likely in the low to maybe mid 40s, which is a good 10 degrees below average.
We have a traffic tracker alert for you. Two big incidents that could impact your morning commute. The big one here in Waukesha County, there is a crash that is blocking two left lanes, 94 westbound at Moreland Road. This is a live look from our DOT cams. So you can see very slow go through the area. We are experiencing heavy delays. Again, 94 west at Moreland Road. Also seeing Gapers delays on the eastbound side. Then up in Sheboygan County, we actually have a full freeway closure here. This is 43 southbound at Highway 42 in Sheboygan County. All southbound lanes are blocked due to a car fire.
The trial of Kyle Rittenhouse continues today with more witness testimony.
The Illinois teen accused of killing two people, injuring a third during last summer's protests. We've got team coverage this morning. Angelica, with the demonstrations happening each day outside the courthouse. But first, Amelia Jones with who the jury could hear from next.
And the jury will finish hearing from the state's third witness today. The Illinois teen's attorney, however, though, indicating that Kyle Rittenhouse himself could take the stand and testify during the trial. So far, the jury has heard from Dominic Black, who faces charges of his own for providing Rittenhouse with the rifle, as well as an FBI agent who was doing aerial surveillance the night of the shootings. Today, they'll finish hearing from a man who was live streaming the events of last night's unrest. During opening statements, the defense wasted no time in presenting evidence. They say Rittenhouse acted in self-defense because he believed his life was in danger. The prosecution, however, says Rittenhouse instigated the confrontation that night, killing two people and injuring a third.
But out of the hundreds of people that came to Kenosha during that week, the hundreds of people that were out on the streets that week, the evidence will show that the only person who killed anyone was the defendant.
We have two very different outlooks on the events of August 25th of 2020.
The jury is made up of 9 men and 11 women. 12 of them will decide this case. The trial is expected to last 2 weeks. Live in Kenosha this morning, Amelia Jones, Fox 6 News.
Amelia, thanks. From jury instructions to opening statements and more, people nationwide have been watching the Rittenhouse trial.
As Angelica explains, there's even an audience right outside of the Kenosha County Courthouse.
Yeah, and despite the cold, people mainly supporting the prosecution listened to that trial from outside the courthouse, and they could be there every day of this trial. With chairs and a radio, a handful of people tuned into the homicide trial of Rittenhouse unfolding just inside. Justin Blake, the uncle of Jacob Blake, who was shot by a Kenosha police officer in August 2020, one of many keeping an eye on this case. That police shooting sparking the unrest where Rittenhouse opened fire. Blake believes that the evidence will lead the jury to a guilty verdict. He says that would be clear.
We're going to let them view the evidence that clearly shows that Anthony and JoJo had no weapon and that they were murdered in the streets of Kenosha.
Now, demonstrators listened as Rittenhouse's attorney told the jury that his client acted in self-defense. Now, as the courtroom drama plays out, the group, again, closely watching. Some say that they plan to be there multiple days, if not all days of the trial. Kim.
Angelica, thanks, and track the trial with ease from Fox 6's digital platforms. In addition to updates, we are streaming the entire trial on fox6now.com, the Fox 6 News app, Facebook, as well as the Fox 6 News Milwaukee YouTube channel.
Now to a Fox 6 exclusive. A 16-year-old is shot and killed in the middle of the day, just steps away from Sheboygan City Hall.
Police say the suspect is another teen, and they have clear evidence of his identity. Suzanne with the efforts to catch this dangerous suspect.
They are underway, guys, as investigators say the teen who is wanted for the deadly shooting of a 16-year-old in Sheboygan could be hiding out in Milwaukee. Police say Armani Jackson killed another 16-year-old boy near City Hall on Friday. Investigators say Jackson was fighting with the victim, Kylie Mack, before shooting him. Mack's family members say he was friends with Jackson and they're heartbroken that this happened. Police believe Jackson is in Sheboygan or Milwaukee and are asking for the public to help find him. But they also warn he could be dangerous.
The combination of his age and then just the brazen nature of what happened, in law enforcement's opinion, he's clearly a danger to the public and possibly a danger to himself. And at that age, we'd rather have him safe in custody than out on the street.
We want to give you a few more details about Jackson. He is 5'8", 150 pounds. He does have family in both Sheboygan and Milwaukee. Authorities saying do not approach him if you see him. Call police. You can also remain anonymous, and there is a possible reward if you come forward with information that could help police. Nicola.
Suzanne, thank you so much. Milwaukee police looking for suspects accused of shooting two teens. The 15 and 16-year-old girls were injured near Sherman and Wright Tuesday evening. Both were taken to the hospital, and they are expected to survive. So far, though, nobody is in custody.
6:36, video of a woman arrested outside Monkey Joe's in Waukesha, now viral on social media. But police say there is more to the story than what's being shared. Christina Van Zelst breaks it down.
Waukesha police were called here to Monkey Joe's on Saturday night around 5:30 after receiving multiple 911 calls about a disorderly woman. That woman's arrest was shared on social media several times. We're hearing now from police who shared the moments leading up to that arrest.
The lady is yelling and screaming and she slapped the customer in the face. They did not bring me my money.
911 calls catching the moments of an argument unfolding at Monkey Joe's in Waukesha.
There was a discrepancy on one of the game cards, that the game card wasn't working. So they were trying to get some tickets to able to use in the machine versus the swipe card. And staff was trying to work her out.
When Waukesha police got there, they say they learned a woman assaulted another customer. Police trying to calm the situation by asking her to leave, but she wasn't complying, falling to her knees.
We had to stabilize her up against the vehicle. She kept putting her knees on the bumper, and she was kicking her legs at the officers. She's starting to spit, and she's getting more animated, and she's starting to spit. Therefore, we place a spit mask over their head.
Police applied leg straps to the suspect, but as the video takes to social media, some community activists are upset at the way it was handled. However, police say they did everything they could to de-escalate the situation.
Those other paying customers out there, those are our victims out there. It's not this lady who couldn't keep her emotions in check.
Reporting in Waukesha, Christina Van Zelst, Fox 6 News.
Now, Fox 6 did reach out to the community activist Tory Lowe, who shared the video. He was critical of the police response in his post. We've also reached out to Monkey Joe's. We've not heard back from either. The suspect has not been named, but was arrested for battery, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest.
Wisconsin's Redistricting Commission, the People's Maps, have presented Governor Tony Evers with redistricting maps. Evers says the maps address Voting Rights Act concerns for districts all across our state.
At the end of the day, democracy isn't something that just happens for us. We must choose to make it happen every day.
Evers added Wisconsin residents want fair maps and calls on Republicans to take up the maps without any delay.
Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett proving he is fit to represent the United States as the ambassador to Luxembourg. During a U.S. Senate Foreign Relations Committee hearing, he faced questions ranging from policy, monitoring, relationship building, and general rhetoric. Barrett says he plans to act in a way that looks after U.S. citizens and the national interest.
I am truly humbled and honored by the trust and confidence the President and Secretary of State have placed in me. If confirmed, I pledge to work closely with this committee and the Congress to advance U.S. interests and priorities in Luxembourg.
If the U.S. Senate confirms Mayor Barrett's nomination as ambassador, he resigns as mayor and Common Council President Cavalier Johnson becomes the acting mayor.
We have an update for you this morning on the fight over building a public safety communications tower near Holy Hill. Washington County officials say they are moving ahead with the planned site. It's located at Highway 167 and Highway 83. The county says it will be closing on the property this week. The town of Erin wants the new tower to go up next to the existing one at a former gravel pit and offered to lease the land to the county for 99 years for just $1. The county, though, said that it was concerned with some legal issues, but will do environmental testing on the new site. Nothing, though, has been finalized. President Biden wrapping up a 2-day international climate summit.
How he plans to fight climate change here in the United States. Dead off the team not even a month after signing. The player just released from the Green Bay Packers.